Hey, it's CJ. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. I'm sitting outside. If you listen hard enough, you'll notice that it's raining. Um, there's a light chill. At least for me, it's a light chill. I'm actually out here barefoot in a t-shirt. Uh, but yeah, I'm not going to be out here too long. I don't want to get pneumonia or whatever. The guy kind of recently got over just like a little light sniffly situation that felt like a cold. But as soon as I feel something like that coming on, I like load up with the vitamins and garlic remedies. Those things work. By the way, garlic is it's like a super herb. Will really bolster the immune system. You know. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm so excited. So I pretty much fasted today. I allowed myself six uh, chicken winglets, the chicken portions, wing portions. So it's about three chicken wings. And that was my lunch or yeah, it was a late lunch, early dinner, or dunch. I don't know. But but yeah, and it's getting close to midnight now, and I do have a curried. It's a chicken thigh that I have like some powdered curry blends on it, and then of course baste that. Because otherwise, if you don't baste your uh, powders on your powdered herbs and stuff like that, then you'll end up getting a powdered texture on your food. But if you coat it with a heavy bit of powder and then like baste it throughout, then you'll get a good thickening, nice crispy glaze on it. You know, glaze or whatever. Anyway, but that's very low carb, and I'm going to be eating that. It'll be Monday midnight by the time I eat it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I ate very little today. 4 days of fasting so that Thanksgiving I will be totally ready to like just just go to town on the food, man. It's like I'm just saying. We're doing it at my place. I'm so happy that I feel blessed that people feel comfortable coming to my place for these things like this. Probably doesn't hurt that my sister is always here to help with the meal and stuff like that. But we're doing. We're gonna start out with uh, amuses, charcuterie, stuff like that. So, some chip dip, uh, vegetables dip, uh, meat and cheese tray with crackers, deviled eggs, and sausage balls. You had to do that. The cheddar cheese sausage balls that you do with the. A lot of people use a Bisquick. I'll use a Bisquick this time actually, but you don't have to use a Bisquick. You actually can use any uh, baking flour. You know, like you can use self-rising, or you can use you even can use pancake mix. Which basically Bisquick is a glorified pancake mix. But uh, anyway, yeah, gotta have that. Uh, and of course, the deviled eggs. Deviled eggs and the sausage balls. They'll start out with charcuterie. They'll filter down and make it throughout the rest of the meal. Also, for the primary meal, we're going to have the turkey uh, and dressing and cranberry sauce. We have a huge turkey this year, over 22 pounds, and we've got a ham that's over 20 pounds. And although I think it's a bone-in ham, it's a smoked ham, uh, but it's really great. It's already fully smoked. I don't know if it's bone-in or not. I don't even know. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go look. Hang on. Ah, yes. So it's a bone-in ham and it's already smoked. It's like a Smithfield smoked ham. It's like over 20 pounds. So and it's got a good crackle inside. So we love that. I mean, all of us are at an age in my guest list that we've all got to start like watching our hearts and stuff like that. Especially my sister, but we got to have a good crackling on a holiday. It's like you can't eat bacon every day, but when you do get to eat it, you're like, oh, bacon. Okay, so and then what else? The green bean casserole, uh, and well, I'm just going to start with the main course list again because I forgot where I was. Okay, turkey and dressing. There will be cranberry sauce. Uh, there will be the ham that I talked about, and then the green bean casserole that my sister likes to make. We're doing a mashed potatoes with turkey dressing, turkey gravy, and then we'll do fettuccine alfredo, and then bread and rolls. And I think that's about it for the uh, main course. And of course, the deviled eggs and the oh yeah, bread and butter, and then of course the sausage balls and the deviled eggs will follow throughout the meal. And then for dessert, and the people, this is one of these things that like we have it, and then people can either eat it or take it with them, or pass on or what. It's okay, but there's going to be several desserts. We'll have uh, a chocolate cake. I think it's going to be like a mocha topping on that or whatever. We're gonna do a lemon uh, cake. uh, I'm doing a trifold, which is in this case, trifold, usually layers of cake, uh, uh, cream, sausage, sauces, not sausage, sauces, and uh, like drizzles and things like that, and fruits and everything. And I don't think we're not really fruit people. So in lieu of the fruit, I'm actually doing mixed nuts. So I'll do layers of cake, the whipped cream, sweetened heavy whipped cream, and then nuts and chocolate and drizzles and stuff like that, kind of like layer it up parfait style, but instead of parfaits are like small individuals, this is probably closer to a parfait, uh, but without fruit. And then like it's cool. It's cool. You can look up. This would be like a chocolate trifle, so check it out. And then layers of the cake and stuff like that. Except I'm using um, I think for this I'm probably going to do a red velvet uh, cake because it will look lovely against the layers of uh, cream. So we're also doing a creme brulee this year. And then you do the creme brulee is a custard that you make with all the uh, egg yolks. And because I'll have so many egg whites left over, then I'll make a chocolate chip meringue cookie that people can like put in a little bag and take away with them, like a whipped up meringue cookie drops with the uh, Nestle chocolate chips in them or whatever. I was going to do like the chocolate chip cookie, the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie, but I'm going to do the meringue. And what I like about this is that I like to have, when I do something like this, I like to, and I say it's me, but my sister's doing a lot with this also. We're having it at my apartment, but it's really our, you know, uh, thing. I said, you don't do something like this by yourself, so yeah. Anyway, so I'm talking. I don't want to like. I don't want to forget to mention. Oh my God, this is a blended effort. So as a matter of fact, I. We did the shopping together. We chose the menu together. Some of the things she's doing over there, some things I'm doing here. And then some things we'll do together on that same day. And it's great. And yeah. So what else? It's a lot of food. It's a lot of food. Uh, Over 40 pounds of meat, uh, pre-cooked, uh, and that's okay. That's okay. Um, oh, you know what I'm going to do on the charcuterie though is like we got that ham and the sausage balls and things like that. But some of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to actually take um, a skirt steak, and I'm going to like do like a whole like uh, trim, very trimmed, uh, you know, skirt steak, and kind of like lay that out with the charcuterie also, like a uh, little beef with it also, and like fajita flavor, like whatever. But yeah, but sans the the tortillas or anything like that. But basically, just a good uh, uh, flavoring of meats and everything like that. And the reason why is because last year I did little meatballs, uh, but I'm having sausage balls, so we don't really need meatballs. It's like I want a variance. I want to do a little something different each time I host over. It's a holiday meal. You got to have the traditions, the traditional turkey, ham, that kind of stuff. But you want to switch up on your side dishes every once in a while, so people can, oh, okay, but this is a little bit different and everything. And one of the things that's going to be different this year, going to be those, and I just decided on this tonight, is like the those macaroon cookies, the meringue, chocolate chip meringue. And it's because I was like, what am I going to do with these egg whites? Oh my god, like I don't like egg white omelets that much, But yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. Um, I mean, there's all these really nifty things you can see online about what to do with like desserts and things like that, and all these really, really creative stuff. But some of it, even though they look beautiful, I get concerned about the texture. Like, okay, but does it have like the flavor of I mean, does it have like the texture of a waxy fruit roll up or something like that? Which is great for kids, but I don't want to feel like I'm eating like plastic, you know. So, what can you do with like egg whites, meringue, meringue, meringue? Is cool. I know. Um, but I've seen some very creative stuff. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. That's the main thing. Having people over is gonna be fun. I have a very wide. Uh, it's not very often we all get together in the same place, but like it just kind of reminds me I do have a good circle of people, and I'm blessed on that, because I remember a time when I was very nomadic and I really just didn't stay in one place long enough to make like meaningful human connections that lasted, and so yeah, that's kind of the benefit of a home base, like I really uh, what's the word? Indoors. I really endorse getting out of your comfort zone, going out, seeing bits of the country that maybe you wouldn't see before, uh, move around a little bit, but do that with the home base. I did that for a long time. I was very like I'd go somewhere and I'd live for a couple of months, sometimes a couple of years or whatever, and then uh, just get bored and decide to move on. I was nomadic. In a way, I'm still a nomad. It's just I decided to, you know, settle down some 15 or so years ago, whatever. You know, uh, yeah. So anyway, um, and in doing so, I've been able to uh, get a wide various groups of people. Like I enjoy many different types of people, and these many different types of people, they have many different types of things. So, Thanksgiving, some people will be sitting around talking, reminiscing. Some people will be sitting around watching a football game if they want to. Some people will, because there's a football game. I'm not, but and then some of us will be sitting around talking music, playing with some of the instruments, and then and yeah, you never know. Uh, and I love to I think a big success on something like that is to have, throw some newness into the mix. Invite a couple of people that you know a, a cross section of people that don't necessarily, some know each other and some don't. Expand it. Like whatever. Uh, be safe, but don't be safe. Don't be afraid to mix it up. Uh, Joan Crawford wrote a book called My Way of Life, and she's largely panned in there for some of her outrageous notions. But one of the things that I did like about that, and I read the book, is I really enjoyed how she talks about. Well, one of the things she said, when you should have something crunchy when you have mushy food, just so a variance of texture or whatever like that. And sometimes people just sort of like go to that and gravitate with that and everything like that. And it's like, hey, whatever. But uh, I mean, I kind of, whenever people come over, I serve in courses, and there's, you know what I mean. There's there's many different types of textures. You'll be all right. You will have a wide array of texture. But what I do like is the way she described putting together a guest list. Like, uh, you know. Uh, uh, People from all walks of life, and many different interests. It can really, really liven up things. And then yeah, uh, just kind of like let it go from there. It's a no smoking party, so people do have to go outside when they want to smoke, and no vaping and everything like that. But that's kind of, you spend all this time making this food. It'll be a 2 day long thing for us. The things that keep well, like the cakes and desserts and stuff like that, we'll make the day before and we'll let them cool. Uh, uh, but it's like you go through all this trouble, and you want the room to smell like delicious food. You don't want it to smell like tobacco. So even though I will sometimes sneak a cigarette, in the apartment. It's my apartment, but I'm usually here by myself. But no, I'll like no. Suggest people to go outside. Uh, and what else? I don't know. What are some of the things that you guys like to do uh, on your Thanksgiving holiday? What are some tips that you have found for successful gatherings? Um, you know, I find it really kind of cool to like gather around and just say a quick little blessing, and it's mainly kind of a multi, like, because there's different people from different types of schools of spiritual connections and everything like that. And so when we do it, it's like, hey, we're a very positive vibe. Put us in a good mood, give us good spirits, and let us enjoy each other's company. Let us be thankful, and let us send good wishes to those in need, and please help them find warm, safe places this winter, and that kind of thing. But to keep the conversations and everything lively, when you have like a group of people, and there's a large and rich, uh, you know, deeply, deeply felt histories between some peoples and everything like that. We want to keep the focus on the good, the good side of things. So that's kind of cool. We don't drink. We don't, which I'm not down on it, but for me, our gathering, we don't drink, and we don't imbibe. Uh, we don't smoke weed. We don't take pills. We don't what's that? We don't smoke marijuana in Muskogee. No, it's not out of a judgment. Most of us have been there and done that and have made it through that, and so we just, yeah, we don't do that anymore. And we just ask that our guests, when you do come, know that we're not going to be doing that, and please be sober when you arrive, and be prepared to remain sober throughout the duration of your uh, tenure over this meal with us, and then once you leave, but yeah, because it's just you can you have to there are some people without judgment and everything like that that don't realize when you maybe take some favors before you leave and then you come to a party. It's uh, it still will affect and change the mood and the personality of the person who takes those substances and everything like that. And if it does it in a way that uh, provides a lack of control or whatever, it's like, oh god, we don't want to have to like ask anyone to leave, but we got to let people know beforehand. Uh, that if this is a sober party, that anyone who arrives inebriated, or if their inebriation sets in throughout the course of the day, I mean, you gotta kind of, just here's a to-go plate, and you gotta bounce, dude. Like, yeah, please, please, please be sober when y'all come. Yeah, and we have a good group of people. I mean, people love to do what they do outside of this situation, and I love them for it. Do you? And then generally, people really are respectful of a sober holiday experience, because you have those other occasions, those other parties that you can get to and everything like that. You still be able to do that, and everything like that. And this is a daytime meal. We'll be eating the main meal around 1ish, So there's plenty of time for people to go home and celebrate, and you know pop the tab on that cold one, or burn out, if they want to. We just ask that people don't do that when they come over here. But I don't know why I'm talking about this. This isn't really like an announcement. It's just a talk about things, because nobody, I don't think anybody really watches my videos or anything like that. So, but I've already, we already talked about that. But anyway, it's such a fun time. It's such a fun time. Um, and each time, each year, I want to maybe kind of like invite someone that is new. I want to add newness to it. I want the food to be a little bit new, but I want the people to be a little bit new. And so I love that. Uh, anyway, happy holidays. I love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I want those party tips, and I love you for real. Peace, love, and light. Good night.